Welcome everybody. Today we are going to start our fifth module. So I hope you remember what we have learned in the first four modules. In the first module, we saw about the basics of civil engineering project management, and we discussed that all the civil engineering projects are unique. Then we saw the advantages, disadvantages of project management, what is the need for project management, etc. And then we discussed about the various networks and the various scheduling techniques, and especially we concentrated on CPM and PERT. Then we have discussed about the critical path, and we have solved a few problems on the critical path. Also, we discussed about the floats, slacks, their importance, etc. Then in the second module, we studied about the crashing concept. So how to crash the activities, how to optimize the critical duration, how to optimize the cost of your project, and the problems related to that. And the second half was your assignment about the planning. Then the third module, we studied about the construction disputes and settlements. So what are the possibility of disputes in the construction industry and how they can be settled, and especially we discussed about three things, that is negotiation, arbitration, and through civil courts. So in the third module, as a second part, we studied about the cost of construction project, the cost involved in the construction project. In the fourth module, we discussed about the ethics in construction engineering and the project management information system. What is the application of IT, computerization in project management? So all these things we have discussed in our first four modules, and we are going to start the fifth module. Fifth module is about materials management and safety in construction. So in fifth module, we will be studying two topics. The first topic is concept of materials management, and here in materials management, the important thing is inventory. And the second topic is safety in construction. So we will start with concept of materials management. So in concept of materials management, we will be studying the concept in detail, then about inventory, inventory control, economic order quantity, we call it as EOQ, and ABC analysis. In the second topic, that is in safety in construction, we will be discussing about safety measures in different stages of construction and implementation of safety program. So we are starting our first part, that is concept of materials management. So today we will start with the concept of materials management, and under materials management we will be discussing about the definition of construction materials management, various construction materials, aim of material management, the objectives and functions of materials management, classification of construction material, organization of materials, role of materials manager, process of construction materials management, problems of construction materials management, importance of construction materials management, and advantages of construction materials management. So we will discuss one by one. So first let us discuss about the definition of construction material management. So materials management is defined as planning, identification, procuring, storage, receiving, and distribution of materials. So this materials management means managing the materials. So since we study the construction material management, it is managing the construction materials or managing the materials in a construction project. So how to manage the materials? We know, see, all materials in this world is deteriorating day by day. So as time goes on, the materials gets deteriorate. its strength reduces, its size reduces. When we take steel bars, they corrode, so the area of steel bars gets reduced. If the area of the steel bars is getting reduced, naturally the strength also gets reduced. Okay, so it is important to manage the materials. So how to manage the materials? Proper planning, identification, proper planning of materials. How much materials we require. Don't purchase whatever is unnecessary materials. Don't purchase more materials. See, purchase what is needed for us. So plan to purchase how much materials is required for you. Then identify the proper material. Identify the standard materials and procure the standard materials from the correct vendor. So you do an analysis how to procure, where to procure and when to procure. Then storage of materials. See, already we have discussed that you should have enough materials in stock. You should not delay the project because of unavailability of materials. So proper storage of materials, receiving and distribution of materials. Okay, sometimes you need to receive and you collect the materials in lump, and when you have 3-4 projects, nearby projects, and you can distribute the materials as needed, so that will be more advantageous for you in terms of economical, time, cost, etc. Now, the purpose of material management is to assure that the right materials are in the right place, in the right quantities when needed. So that is the aim for your purpose or aim of construction material management. So you need the right materials. Right materials means the standardized materials, the ISO materials, whatever is accepted by the codes. So assure that the right materials are in the right place. So when you start the construction project, as per your schedule, your materials should be available in right quantities. The responsibility of material management department for the flow of materials from the time the materials are ordered, received and stored until they are used in the basis of material management. So in construction industry, in the large construction industry, there is a department called material management department, because the main resource used for construction is the materials. So there is a material management department, and the duty of this material management department is to check the flow of materials from the time the materials are ordered, how they are received and stored, and how it is utilized, so that you can avoid the delay in the construction project. You can proceed your work as per the scheduled time. Now let us see about various construction materials. Just a photograph showing your construction materials. You are all well aware about the construction materials. So we have various materials like cement, aggregates, fine aggregate, coarse aggregates, then water, our reinforcement bars, then some specialized materials like super plasticizers, etc. Then there need to be, in order to do the construction, to proceed, we need some frameworks, etc. So let us see a photograph. Okay, wooden materials, the stones, the bars, pipes, etc. Now let us see the aim of material management. We have already discussed getting the right materials at the right time. That is the purpose or aim of material management. So the purpose of or aim of the material management is to get the right quality, the right quantity of supplies at the right time, at the right place, for the right cost. So 5 important rights. Okay, the right quality, right quantity of supplies at the right time, at the right place, for the right cost. Now, the objectives and functions of materials management. So, in objectives, we will classify in the construction projects, we will classify our objectives into primary objectives and secondary objectives. So, the primary objectives are again classified as the efficient materials planning, buying or purchasing, procuring and receiving, storing and inventory control, supply and distribution of materials, quality assurance. So we will see one by one. So efficient materials planning. Okay, so as we have discussed earlier, the materials should be planned efficiently so that you can proceed your work as per the schedule. Then while buying and purchasing, you have to select the right vendor for your material. Then when you procure and receive, you should be very careful to procure and receive the material in the right quantity. That is, there should not be any damage. So you should be very careful while procuring and receiving your materials. Now while storing and inventory control. So inventory control means controlling the stored materials. So you should be very careful. Okay, so that you can avoid the damage of damage of stored materials. Then supply and distribution of materials, the right materials at the right time, at the right place. Then quality assurance. So when you order the materials, you should assure the quality. When you procure the material, you should check the quality. When you store the material, you should store the material in the proper manner. When you distribute the stored materials, check the quality. And you check the quality of the materials when it is used also, so that you can assure the quality. Quality assurance, assuring the quality, right? Now let us move on to secondary objectives of material management. Includes the efficient production scheduling to make or buy decisions. So efficient production scheduling. So this is a part of material scheduling. Then to make or buy decisions. So when you have more than one vendors, when you have more competitors, you have to take a decision from where you have to buy and purchase your materials. Then prepare specifications and standardization of materials. See, one example, if you take cement, we have different grades of cement. We have different types of cement. So you have to prepare the specifications, what grade of cement we require, which standard material we require, what is the purpose of our cement, so what type of cement is required for us, etc. So for each and every material, you have to prepare the specifications and standardization of materials. To assist in product design and development. So according to the availability of the materials, you can design and schedule your work, construction work. Then forecasting demand and quantity of materials requirement. Forecasting. See, at the starting itself, before the start of the project itself, you have to forecast how much material is in demand and what is your requirement. Whether you are able to procure these materials at the right time. So you have to forecast and move as per the forecast. Then quality control of materials purchased. You should have a control on your material so that you can assure the quality. See, only if you have a control in the quality, you will be able to assure the quality. Assurance is giving assurance to the next person. See, when we handle the project to the owner, we have to assure the quality of the product. So you will be able to assure the quality of the product only if you have proper control on your materials. Next is material handling. We have to handle the materials in a proper way. Use of value analysis and value engineering. Value for money, value for men, value for materials, etc. So in the previous classes, while we studying about ethics, we studied about value engineering. Value. So value everybody, respect everybody. Then developing skills of workers in material management. See, normally we try to develop the skills. We try to give training for the masons or the men who is working in the field, construction industry. That is, those who are working in the construction. But on the material management side, the men may lack the training or lack the skills. So, the skills of the workers in materials management department has to be developed. Smooth flow of materials in and out of the organization. Okay, so this is also the duty of the material management department. There should be smooth flow of materials. No work should be stopped because of lack of materials. Now we will move on. We will just see in a nutshell about the objectives of material management. So purchasing the materials at low rates, keep the department expenses low, development of good suppliers and maintain good relations, development of good records, participating in development of new materials and products, economic make or buy, standardization, product improvement, interdepartmental relations, regulating the inventory, effects of business changes, balancing and achieving the objectives. See, all these points we have discussed in the previous slides. Now the functions of materials management. So again, what we have discussed earlier, make or buy decisions, facilitates the procurement, calculating the quantities for scheduling, ordering of materials, codification, that is standardizations and specifications of materials, distribution of materials, inventory control activity, safety margin, material movement, cost estimates, using standard components, supplier development, guiding design decisions, introducing new materials. Now let us see the classification of construction materials, how construction materials are classified. So a simple classification, see there are many more classifications just for our for the purpose of just having a basic knowledge. Let us see about the materials types, details and examples. So the type of materials can be bulk materials, bagged materials, palleted materials and packaged materials. So first of all, let us see about bulk materials. Materials that are delivered in mass and are deposited in a container. So they are called bulk materials. So examples of bulk materials are sand, gravel, topsoil, cement, concrete, etc. Next type of materials is bagged materials. So materials delivered in bags for ease of handling and controlled use. So if you open, for example, cement. If you open a bag of cement, it has to be utilized or completed within a few days. You cannot store bags of cements for a long time. Next, so such materials will come in bags. Palleted materials. Palleted materials means bagged materials that are placed in pallets for delivery. So from the place of storage, the bagged materials, in order to distribute the materials for the projects, it has to be from the place of storage, they have to be placed in the next place so that they can deliver the materials easily. So that is called palleted materials. So examples are cement, the wooden materials, example is doors, etc. The fourth type of materials is packaged materials. So what is the difference between bagged materials and packaged materials? So materials that are packaged together to prevent damage during transportation and deterioration when they are stored. Examples, pipes, tiles, electrical fittings, etc. So they will be packaged together. They don't come in bags, but they will be packed material, packed together. These materials will be stored and distributed in a packed manner. So we call it as packaged material. Now the organization of materials. So materials management, we have materials planning, we have discussed. So purchase and procurement, inspection and quality control. So this is a quality control and quality assurance. Then storage of materials. See, this inventory control and storage goes hand by hand. So storage, inventory control is having a proper control on the stored materials. Then the information system, maintenance and repairs of materials, issue procedures, etc. So all these comes under inventory control. See, up to storage, the planning of materials, purchase, procurement, inspection and quality control, and then storage. This is one process. Here the next process comes from inventory control to issue procedures. So when if there is any damage of the stored materials or needs maintenance, and sometimes the stored materials needs maintenance and repairs, we need to protect the cement from dampness. That is an example of that. Then the proper information system is needed in order to deliver the materials in a proper manner. So these all comes under materials management, organization of materials. What is the role of a materials management? See, when there is a materials management department, there will be a manager for this construction materials management department. So what is the role of this materials manager? So the materials manager must understand the inventory process, exerting continuous pressure to keep stocks down. To get the job done through a process of evaluation, gradually assuming the responsibility for all phases of materials management. And the three most important functions of material management manager are purchase of materials, material movement, and storage of materials, and having a control on all these three. He should be effective in his work. A successful manager should achieve inventory control and supply material for manufacturing. Production control is also important. So that is why we discussed earlier, we need skilled persons in the construction department, materials management department. Now the process of construction material management. So first process is material planning. So after planning we will go for purchasing. Then we will go for storekeeping, storage of materials, and after storage we go for inventory control. Then receiving, inspection and dispatching. So this is the functions of inventory control department. Receiving the materials, inspecting the materials for quality, in order to assure the quality, and proper repair and maintenance in order to assure, so that you can have a quality control on the materials, and dispatching the materials as per your requirements. Value analysis, standardization and variety reduction. Then materials handling and traffic variety. See, sometimes you cannot transport if the project is taking place in some interior place where you do not have proper transportation facility, you cannot transport the lump of materials like materials that will be transported in containers. So that As per the traffic variety, traffic facilities available, you have to plan to transfer the materials in a lump or in a small quantity. Then disposal of scrap and surplus material preservation. So if any materials getting damaged or becomes a scrap, they should be disposed in a proper manner. Then the excess materials should be preserved either for the future project or for the same project. The materials should be preserved without any reduction in the quality. So we will see one by one. The first step is material planning. So material planning include measuring, ordering and scheduling. It is emphasized that planning is a very important process to increase the productivity, profit and assisting the time to complete the construction projects. The productivity of the construction project will be hanged if the material planning process is not implemented properly. Second step was purchasing. Second step involved in the process of construction management was purchasing. So purchase the materials and have the services from supplier to get the support of operations as the construction project from production to marketing, sales and logistics. For examples, a detailed material list and coordination of the purchasing and order of materials are significant to assuring the material will available on construction site. Then purchasing procedure can be described as step 1, the material intent. Intent means to start the purchase of materials. After planning how to start, that is the starting phase, that is material intent. Step 2 is the inquiry to vendors. You will have more than one vendors to supply the materials. So inquiry to vendors, then compare the vendors, select the vendors and do proper negotiations, purchase the order, and after purchasing you evaluate that particular vendor from where you purchased the materials so that you can purchase the materials for future use from the same vendor, or you can change the vendors after evaluation. Now, third step in the process of construction materials management is inventory control department. So, the duties of the inventory control department is to decide about the types of ordering system, fixing the safety stock limits, fixing up the reorder level and maximum or minimum stock level. See, only when you take a construction project, a percentage of your land of the construction project should be dedicated or should be separated for the storage of materials. So you will have only limited space for storing the materials. So it is the duty of the inventory control department to decide about when to order the materials, in order to look about the safety measures, when to reorder the materials, and how much maximum or minimum stock is available, and whether the available materials are enough for the free flow of materials for the project. Then fourth step is receiving, inspection and dispatching department. So the responsibility of the receiving, inspection and dispatching department is to receive the materials when delivered by the suppliers. After receiving the materials, the quantity and quality must be checked. The production parts and materials are checked against blueprints and specifications. Non-production items are also reviewed. Once it is as per the specifications given, the goods will be accepted. Fifth step is the value analysis and standardization. So value analysis and standardization offer greatest scope in reducing the materials cost. It also reduces the number of varieties and also helps in finding the substitute for the materials at lesser cost. The sixth step is logistics. Logistics is a concept that stresses movement of the materials, and it involves planning, implementing and controlling the movement of storage of all things from raw materials to the finished of the product to meet client requirements. During construction project, routing of the materials will affect the cost and time to complete the construction projects. Seventh is disposal of scrap and surplus and material preservation. So stock control can categorize as a technique planned to be the cover and to ensure all materials or equipments are available when needed. Stock control include raw materials, processed materials, assembly components, consumable stores, general stores, maintenance materials and spares, work in progress and finished products. It is very important as the construction materials were delivery as requested and with the progression by the proper management of stock control. At the same time, construction activities will generate big amount of the waste and it will cause difficulty to the construction industry. However, with the planning of the materials management, which is effective will help to reduce the waste of material and increase the profit. We will stop today with this. The remaining problems in concept of materials management are problems in materials management, the advantages of materials management and the importance of materials management. We will continue these concepts in the next class. Thank you for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you.